What's happening? I'm back again. To piggyback off what I was saying was just being able to show better on certain things that we come across and certain people with certain demeanor, certain attitudes, certain aggression levels or scales and things of that nature that we deal with. Better being able to understand how to deal with that and handle and manage that. And it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. But the fact of the matter is, it gotta be done. You know what I mean? It has to be done. When you're dealing with any group of individuals, it's hard to try to get all of those group of individuals to all come together on one accord. And one thing about a group individual, again, with me, talking about me, oftentimes I tell you all about me. This ain't to be arrogant or anything like that. This is truly who I am, and I'm honest when I talk to y'all, when I come and I speak. I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert. On average. Now sometimes in certain arenas, in certain atmosphere with certain people, I'm an extrovert. So I guess, if anything, you can call me an ambivert. And I can do both. But on average, I'm an introvert. I don't really care to have a whole lot of unnecessary conversation with a whole lot of, I don't necessarily want to call them unnecessary people, but I'm not the one that just sit around and just chop it up just for the sake of talking or having something to say to individuals. Like, if I'm going to say something, I got something to say, and I truly have something that I want individuals to hear or grasp. You get what I'm saying? It's not because I just gotta say something. It's because I genuinely have something to say, and I mean that. And I mean whatever it is that I'm talking on. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to speak with conviction behind it. I'm going to speak with conviction behind it. Anybody that know me know that as well. But it's just dealing with, and again, managing these attitudes, understanding how to manage these attitudes, but knowing when, where, and why, plot, planning, and strategizing behind when it is the perfect time and or not to deal with and or manage these attitudes, because they come at certain points that you're going through what it is you're going through in life, and you have to set that aside sometimes, and other times you have to not set it aside and put that at the forefront. That meaning the things that you're going through at the forefront, and deal with that right then and there in order for other individuals to know exactly what you want. So it's a delicate situation. It's a healthy balance that you have to find. But the greatest thing that you can do is find that balance, establish, build that balance, and understand that you cannot allow anybody that come into your life, regardless of what level they are and who they are in your life. You can't allow anybody to create a certain atmosphere of unbalance in your life, or a certain atmosphere where you're going to be unbalanced, because when you're thrown off, any and everything that you have going on in your life, regardless of who it may affect down the line, you're going to always be just that, unbalanced. Unless you create that balance, unless you set that barrier, unless you set the tone. And that's on us as men to set that tone. That's not to suggest that women shouldn't set that tone too. Y'all need to set a tone, build and establish certain things, or a creed, or something that you live by, certain honor that you live by, certain things that you live by that you won't deviate from. That's the duty of an adult. That's the duty of an adult, to make sure that we do our best to build and establish certain arenas that we are comfortable in. Not only that we're comfortable in because it makes us feel good, but comfortable in because it's conducive to whatever it is we're trying to build. That's ultimately what it comes. That's ultimately what it comes from, or what it's for. Conducive to what we're trying to build. I have individuals and friends and family members around me that got so much going on. Some members trying to do this, some members trying to do that, and we try to figure out, like, why is it so hard for us to come together? Well, one thing for it is because we have different perspectives, different point of views that we don't see eye to eye on. We have different dreams and ambitions that has nothing to do with one or the other. And family members and friends and people that we care about, they gotta realize ain't nothing wrong with that. The individuals that we thought maybe when we was growing up, or we was growing into that dream or that ambition that we thought was going to come along for the ride, sometimes they can't come. Other times you gotta go in and get the ride and allow them to get in there later on. I just said something. Sometimes you gotta get the ride, establish the ride, manage the ride, go ahead and roll in the ride, set your seat back, set your windows, and not your windows, but set your mirrors on the level that you need to see it in your rear view mirror and all the rest of them. Set your seat how you need it, set your comfortability, your music and everything to the level that you need it to be comfortable. And then you go pick them folk up. And then you go pick them folk up and let them come for the what? The ride. And let them come for the ride. And pray to God that sooner or later they hop in their own shit and they reciprocate exactly what you gave. You know, and you feel comfortable with being able to hop in their ride. Allow them to handle the wheel, moving, maneuvering, to get y'all from point A and or B comfortably. The right music, whatever it may be. And I'm saying all this as a metaphor, but I mean it when I say it. I mean what I said. Sometimes we gotta learn how to grip the wheel and grip it firm and take control of the situation. Other times we need to know when we need to let it go. And allow other individuals to take control of it. But the biggest thing is establishing those individuals around you, knowing when and where and how to let go. And who to let go for. And who's able to carry the mantle. But we got to manage our attitude towards one another. That's what the conversation about. We got to learn how to manage our attitudes. It's dangerous. We cut deep when we get into certain conversations and go arguments and we go back and forth, and you know that whatever it is you're going through, or you believe whatever it is you're going through is like the most disrespect you, and oftentimes it's really something petty, pathetic, something we really don't even have to deal with. Why deal with it? Why deal with it? But you deal with it because pride in the way. There's pride in the way. Especially if it's other individuals involved that really is not involved and they have absolutely nothing to do with it, but they're able to be bystanders on the side. And oftentimes if we allow these individuals or those individuals to move us, you're foolish. You're foolish. But a lot of times it has nothing to do with those individuals. It has to do with the personal demons that we deal with. I just said something. And now that's what we're talking about. I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'm going to talk on it for a little bit, and I'm going to end on that. Let me say that. I'm going to end on that. A lot of times it's personal demons that we're dealing with. It's insecurities and things of that nature that we're dealing with. That when we have conversations with individuals and we know that they're telling us something right, we know that they're trying to give us something right, we still find it hard for us to receive it. Why? Because of our attitudes or our demeanors and or, like I just said, our personal demons that we're dealing with that won't allow us to receive that message that we're supposed to be getting. And guess what? Nothing happens by mistake. Everything that we go through, that we deal with in life, it happens with an absolute reason or for an absolute reason. It's up to us to figure out what that reason is. The Bible saying, and I said this multiple times, and the Bible saying, I said this multiple times, it's the glory of God to conceal a thing and the honor of kings to search out a matter. I just said it's the glory of God to conceal a thing and the honor of kings to search out a matter. Sometimes we don't always know what it is that's in front of us or why. Sometimes we question God and ask God, why me? Why are you doing this to me, God? What is it that I'm doing? What is it that you're trying to teach me? What is it? And that's a good question. Because who the fuck knows? Who knows? But the thing that I would pose is, why the fuck not me? Why not me? I'm big enough and I'm bad enough to deal with it. Friends, family, foe, whatever it may be. I'm big and bad enough to deal with it and handle it as it comes. Deal with it as a man. Take it as it is and deal with and handle it as it is, but find the best way to get the best outcome. And it ain't always pretty. It ain't always pretty. I wouldn't suggest by any stretch, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie to folks to try to make it sound like I'm on this high road. No, I'm not. Cause shit can get ugly. Shit can get ugly. I would rather not. So I do take prudent circumspection when dealing with certain circumstances to try to approach it in the best manner. Ultimately, what I'm saying is I suggest that the individuals around me do the same thing. I suggest that individuals around me do the same thing. I suggest that individuals in general do the same thing. Think about it from all angles. Approach it from all angles. From all vantage points. Because we could all see the same thing, but depending on our vantage point, our point of reference, where we were in the moment, it warps how we seen or may see the same event. I ain't gonna talk about here though. With all that being said, live strong or die weak. Do man shit. Ain't no pressure. Black Ops Bang Dog TV. Black Ops Bang Dog TV. That's what we doing it for. If you like what I'm putting down, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe. It's your boy Gunner. Until then, I'ma holler at y'all. Do man shit. Like I said, let that dog out.